Recently, I've been thinking a lot about eye contact. I've been trying to encourage people to try this, but I realize it seems harder than to say hello to someone, to greet a stranger. It feels way more vulnerable to make eye contact with a stranger as you're walking down the street or seated. Oh, God forbid you're seated. That feels even scarier, right? I don't think people really appreciate how powerful it is to lock eyes with someone that you don't know. If you talk to someone and they don't look at you in the eyes, how do you feel? What are some thoughts that might come up? Could be, what's going on with this person? Can I trust them? Where are they at? I'm standing right here. What's wrong with me that they can't look at me? Are they being disrespectful? It's almost as if you're putting yourself on a platter for someone. It's like you're presenting yourself to someone and saying, here I am. And that is scary, especially if you don't think very highly of yourself. But if you can do that with people you're talking to, with people you're not talking to, and feel comfortable doing it, your whole world is going to open up. I had this realization recently. I've been walking down the streets, riding the subway, and just looking at people and not feeling any fear. You know, if you're a man, you grow up and you learn to be respectful. You learn not to stare, especially at other men. And I think it's a aggressive behavior to stare. To stare, it can be interpreted as hostility, creepy. A lot of people say, "Oh, this guy's staring at me. That's creepy." Yeah, I agree. But to look upon someone requires a great deal of openness. It's very grounded to look on someone. Maybe that's the word. Maybe I need to look on you instead of look at you. At is like this pushing, wanting. If I look on someone, I can walk by and be open and inviting and warm. That's what I'm learning right now. You can do this too. But I think there's a lot of inner work that has to go on because eye contact, your eyes, they work so quickly. They are conditioned in a way that the first example that comes to mind is that you see someone attractive. When you see someone attractive, you don't want them to know that you're looking at them, right? You don't want them to know you see them. Because if they did see you, what would they think? Oh, this guy's creepy. This girl's a freak. What the hell's wrong with her? You know, I'm not supposed to stare at people. Looking at people is illegal. That's just the way we were all raised. That's okay. And there was a reason for it. But I think especially now where so much interaction is done on screens, that muscle of looking at someone in the eyes, opening yourself to them with warmth, with love, that's a thing of the past. And, you know, if you're someone, just say an example, you're a man that is trying to get better with women, you think if you can't look at the barista in the eyes for more than half a second, that you're going to be able to attract someone. You're going to be able to have a success with women. You're going to be able to be attractive to women. It's not going to happen. You got to be able to do it in all situations with all people. So why is eye contact so hard? It's because someone can really see into you. Have you ever heard someone say that someone has sad eyes or angry eyes, fearful eyes, that they've been through a lot? Maybe you've experienced that. Someone's told you that. Maybe you've seen it in other people. That's what they mean. Your eyes are, what's the cliche? It's like a window into your soul. I can see someone's heart if I look into their eyes. I can know what they're thinking when I look into their eyes. When I talk to girls, I know it when they're attracted to me. I don't have to guess, what's this girl thinking? How's she feel about me? I know. It's written all there. It is all there. If you're someone who thinks that there's something wrong with them, it's very hard to open to people. Of course you don't want people to see that. Why would you? They're not gonna want to be around you, right? So what do is we close our hearts and we avoid eye contact. Don't they say, like, if you're lying that you'll look away, you close down. And this is done so unconsciously, like you don't even know what's going on. You might think you make great eye contact, but people still don't really click with you, right? They say, I'm not really into this person. Why? Could you be doing something that is sabotaging your effort? Maybe. So I want you to try something. Today I want you to make eye contact with 3 strangers. People you see on the street, on the subway, in the commute, whatever. First, you need to be in a good state, okay? I'm going to say that up front. You need to be in a good state of mind. If you're afraid, if you're sad, please do not do this. That's always going to be my advice, but it's the eye contact you'll make in both cases are going to be completely different. I don't want you to be getting into fights, okay? And you're going to be all angry and then stare at someone, and you're going to say, this Sam's full of shit, man. Got my ass kicked. So you need to feel good first, but I want you to feel good, and I want you to look on 3 people. Make eye contact with 3 people. And don't break eye contact until they look away. That's it. That is it. You need to remember that just as you have been conditioned not to look at people, everyone else has. So don't be surprised when they close down too. When they look away, people are as scared as you or more. It's okay if they look away, if they get upset, if they roll their eyes, whatever. People are not used to this anymore. You're going to feel like you're invading on someone. You feel like you're being hostile, you're being aggressive, you're being creepy. Just try it. And the point of this is to feel what's coming up. It's going to seem random. Like, why am I doing this? What's the long-term goal here? And I'll tell you what you're working towards. You get to a point where you start feeling so comfortable with yourself, who you are, how you feel, that you want to share that. And part of sharing that is radiating that great, clean, warm energy. What I noticed when I have been doing this is that people aren't looking away like they used to. When I started, I looked at people and I kind of just stayed there and I look away until they look away. And they would inevitably just like, okay, weirdo. What the fuck are you looking at, creep, right? But now, when I feel good and I'm open in my heart, my gaze is so much different. I can't see myself, but I know it to be true because people are not turning away from me. People are looking back at me. I'm looking on them and they are looking on me in return. To be open to someone, to be inviting to someone, I've smiled more at people and people smiled back at me, or I've nodded my head in respect and they've nodded back at me more in the last week than probably last 15 years. I'm not exaggerating. That's right. So do it 3 times and let me know what happens. Go out and look on some people.